I was 6 when my dad died, and he had 19 horses racing. And then my mother took the horses and gave them all to Keith Waples. And that's where we got involved with Keith. And that worked out real good. He did well for us. The horses raised 5 kids. It was 5 of us. And my sister Joanne, she was 2 months old when Dad died.
Well, I can remember a couple stories. I used to go to Dresden a lot, and I remember one time I wasn't allowed to go for a certain reason. So in the back of the car, my dad had an old blanket. So I got in the car and hid under the blanket. And about halfway to Dresden, I popped out of the back seat in a 401. And my dad went, "Wow, what are you?" I said, "I wanted to come," and so I just love going and just like watching the horses and betting and whatever. So
he could drive a horse. He wouldn't clean the stalls too good. But he seemed to have a knack for that. Like he could handle a horse, and they never got away on him or anything like that. So it kind of evolved into, he's
well, we played competitive baseball. My dad was the coach, so we had a lot of experience kind of competing together like that, and it just kind of mostly I was involved with baseball and hockey and football as younger. And then as kind of those dreams faded, I thought, well, if I could still be an athlete of some sort, maybe horse racing. So, and then my dad, he was still driving in his late 50s, and I thought, well, I better try this before he gets hurt. So that's kind of how I kind of got into it late. I didn't start driving until I was, I think, 29 years old. So that was kind of one of the biggest regrets I have in this, because obviously those are a lot of the times your best years. So that was kind of but still, now one thing about it, when you're a little older, you make a bit better decisions, and the biggest thing I find about driving is just your experience. You got to get the drives to kind of know the pace of the race and whatnot. Well, really, everything I do is kind of how my dad tells me. Like in the race, I try to drive how he would, or how we both have kind of made the decision for the horse, and just through listening to like whatever he's told me, I just try to do the same thing, because really he's the guy I'm driving for mostly, so I got to try to keep him happy.
Who's a better driver
Oh, Scotty's better.
in your heyday?
Oh no, I wasn't all that handy. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't all that great at it.
Well, my dad was really good at teaching a young horse and not putting it in bad positions, and always trying to give it a positive race. Like one thing my dad teaches me is, and this is philosophy's different than everyone else, but it ain't always where you finish and about the money. It's about the way the horse races, and about just improvement each day, each race. So that's kind of the philosophy I take with our young horses. I don't try to think, oh, we need the money, we need this. I just want to see the horse improve, and hope for the money will take care of itself.
Wheel in the pocket, majestic presence. Here comes Battle to Hill, shown 3 wide track by Vennerkamp, and she's closing. It's Sergeant Seelster with the lead. Winston Missile second. Battle to Hill on the far outside. Sergeant Seelster looking for the wire. Battle to Hill closing in. Sergeant Seelster inside. Battle to Hill outside. Sergeant Seelster holds on.
Like Sarge was my favorite personality-wise, and he kind of got us going a little bit and give us an opportunity to invest in some yearlings and do what you want to do, like a baseball team, get some young prospects, develop them. But to me, Sorceress Seelster was my favorite, because she was, it was tough to race her, and it was a challenge. And the first day we ever hooked her up, she almost hurt about 5 people, and she was strong, and she was kind of half. And when we kind of got her racing well, and it was satisfying to me. And the biggest race I ever win was with her. And I remember it was on my birthday, and it was fun.
They're not going to touch Sorceress Seelster. She was on her game tonight.
See, and then this year we took on a little bit of a different philosophy too. We had a bunch of race horses that did well through London, and it seemed like they tailed off. So we kind of did a whole house cleaning. We sold a couple of them, and then we got young horses, and we invested in 5 yearlings.
Yeah, you hate to flip your whole stable over every spring.
But really, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get better type horses, and you have the hopes to race at Mohawk and things like that. So that's kind of what we're angling for. Well, to me, I think every new person we can get to come is, another possible fan, another possible person who will come and bet, and another possible owner. And a lot of the guys that I know, like from high school and whatnot, because I've lived here my whole life, is, they'll come and they'll say, well, I really like that, or maybe I want to get in with the horse and stuff like that, or they just want to come and drink beer, which is also good for us. So I always just try to invite people, and it's a unique thing, so a lot of people have never really seen it. So
It's amazing how many people don't even know the track's there. You think, how could you not know it's there? You live a mile and a half from it. And somehow we got to get the word out to more people and get them there.
But I think we're starting to do that, so I'm hoping
Hopefully
that'll keep going. So trending upward.